back to school season is indeed here, and we all know it can be exciting and overwhelming at the same time, right? So here to help parents navigate that is Mandy Stanley, owner of Pathways Learning Solutions. Good morning, Mandy.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh, we're happy to have you. Look, because not only are the students probably out there dreading it, but sometimes the parents are too.
That is very normal.
The parents, yes, the parents need help just like the students do. I want to ask you first, what services do you provide at Pathways Learning Solutions?
Yes, so at Pathways Learning Solutions, I provide services for students, teachers, parents, and administrators. I provide tutoring services for kids in grades pre-K through 8th grade, as well as diagnostic testing for ADHD and dyslexia. I also do virtual courses on advocacy, and I do professional development for teachers and principals.
I mean, that is a load right there. It sounds like anybody, if you need anything, this is going to be the place to go.
Yes,
and like you said, that's kindergarten all the way through 8th grade.
Yes,
so right before they hit that high school level.
Yes.
Yeah, those early years are very important for developmental stages. With that, you know, what should parents specifically with elementary age children look for when trying to decide if a tutor is needed?
That is an excellent question. So we always like to think about the foundation of learning when we're talking about younger students. If your child is struggling with reading fluency, phonics, reading comprehension, spelling, writing composition, or mathematics, that's when you need to go ahead and find a tutor or specifically an interventionist to work with your child. So there's a little bit of a difference between a homework helper and a tutor. So a homework helper will be great if your child is just struggling with staying on task and getting through their homework. But a private interventionist and tutor is more specialized, and they can help fill in those gaps in those foundational areas.
Absolutely. I mean, and of course, staying up on your child's education all across the board is important. You don't want to just stop at elementary. Sometimes our middle schoolers and high schoolers, they might need some help as well. What's the difference that parents should look for when trying to decide if they need some assistance?
Oh, excellent. We also have to remember to give kids grace that are going into middle and high school because of COVID.
Yes. Oh my gosh, they're still being impacted.
Yes, they are. And the learning is still being impacted. So if you have a middle schooler or even a high schooler who's still struggling with that reading fluency and comprehension or that math foundations, go ahead and get them a tutor. There's nothing wrong with looking at their grades, but also make sure that report card time is not the first time you're checking your child's grades.
Right there, amen.
Make sure you're looking at their grades all throughout the year. And if you start to notice that they're slipping or they're consistently performing at a low rate, that's when you need to go ahead and look for a private tutor.
Look, I can definitely testify to that. I say all the time, if they don't know by now, my parents, they were also in education.
Oh, wonderful.
So when you talk about stocking the grades, that report card should not be the first time. I mean, even through the summer, hopefully some kiddos out there were still even reading. You know, you don't want these holidays to just go by and you're not, you know, staying on top of your learning. You know, learning should never stop. You also mentioned COVID, you know, that break. If you don't mind me asking, what are some of the things that you're seeing? Is it math or the reading that some kids might have been affected by the most when it came to COVID?
Both. Sadly, both sadly. Like I said, take it back and think back to what grade were they in when the pandemic hit. And if you're still noticing some gaps in that area, that's when you need to get help. We're definitely noticing some difficulties with reading comprehension in older grades, and as well as math fact fluency. So both. Definitely, if your child is struggling, regardless, be proactive rather than reactive. Go ahead and get them a tutor at the beginning of the school year, and if they need it throughout the year, that's fine. But if they need to cut it off, that's fine as well. You're getting them the help they need.
Very important there. I mean, what should parents expect or request when getting a tutor for their child, because we know all students are different?
Yes. So you want to make sure that your child's tutor or interventionist does some type of a pre-assessment when they first receive your child as a client. They need to do a pre-assessment to base them to see if they're performing on grade level with the standards. If there are any gaps, they need to go ahead and give you a plan of how they're going to attack those skills that they need so they can make improvements.
So that you can follow that progress as well. That is great. Very smart there. And of course, what's the difference between, well, you already explained the difference between a homework tutor and a skill-related tutor. Or an interventionist, of course. Any cases where, you know, parents should look for when deciding whether a child may need to be evaluated for a learning or behavioral disability?
Yes, absolutely. So my background is in special education. So this is where I absolutely love to encourage parents. If you see a problem, go ahead and try to address it.
Yes.
You know, think about it if we were dealing with a medical need. If your child was showing signs and symptoms of having pneumonia,
you wouldn't wait.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't
You
wait.
wouldn't wait.
You wouldn't wait. You would be proactive rather than reactive. So go ahead and do the same thing for that. If you're noticing that they're struggling with reading fluency, comprehension, mathematics, or if they're struggling with expressing themselves or with receiving information that is given to them, or if they're struggling with organization and staying on task, go ahead and meet with your school's special education department, or go ahead and talk to your child's pediatrician, or if they already have a counselor or therapist, mention it. So that way you can go ahead and see for sure if there actually is something going on. And then there's something great about receiving a diagnosis. The questions are gone. You're no longer,
there you go.
you're no longer wondering what is going on. You now know. And then once you receive that diagnosis, the teacher can give you a plan of what to do to work on it. So don't just sit back and wait.
Teachers do play an important part of this. I mean, when we think about the schools, are there any resources available at schools for students who may be struggling academically or behaviorally?
Yes, absolutely. So especially if your child is in the elementary ages, they actually have interventionists at the school.
Good.
So if your child is struggling, don't just sit back and wait. Email their teacher to ask if they can be put into small group instruction. There's also 504 plans that they have a diagnosis where they can get accommodations that they might need. And then you also have the special education route. So whether you just think they need to fill in a gap with an interventionist, or if they need something more specialized, your child's school should have something for them.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Mandy, you have given us so many gems here. I mean, thank you so much. As we head into the next school year and even the years after, you can get all the information that you need, of course, on our As Seen on Day-to-Day page for all this information. Mandy, you've been wonderful.
Oh, thank you
so
for having
much.
me.
Learning all about Pathways. We will have links on our website, as mentioned before.